Job skipping in animation is something that is very prevalent. It happens all the time for various reasons, and some people enjoy it a lot, some people really don't like it very much. So let's talk about it in this episode 43. Welcome, let's get to it. Moving about different jobs always boils down to four things. You either want new experiences and you move about quite a lot. You are unhappy with your work. Your ambition, you actually want to achieve more and you feel like it's a ladder that you can keep climbing. Or ultimately, and the one that actually is more controversial and unfortunately the one that people do the most, which is salary. So let's break those four topics down and let's see what they amount to given my previous experience. You normally don't start on the job that you actually want to start. You normally don't start on, I don't know, a Naughty Dog, or you normally don't start on a Blizzard. You start on a company that actually will take you for whatever you do, and then you work your ass off to actually get off there and actually go somewhere else, right? So that's why you don't mind actually changing jobs and you're happy because you just got started. So what is it like to work here? This is VFX. This is cool. What is it like to work here? This is games. Cool. This is movies. Cool. And you just keep on changing until you find your own lane. So this is very important, and some people take longer than others. But normally when you're in the 20s, good stuff. Until your mid-30s, good stuff. So that is the positive of the change, right? People actually are eager for new experiences. Some people actually will take their whole career changing places, and that's cool too. So that is new experiences, and that's a reason to move. So not much to say here. If you are one of these people that like new experiences and like to actually jump about, to actually kind of find new people, find new studios, good on you. I understand you. Much power to you. Now let's talk about unhappiness. People are unhappy with their company for different reasons, but the number one reason normally, in games at least, is normally to do with crunch. Is always to do with overtime, working too hard for too long. And the problem with crunch in games specifically is that games are normally a long-term thing. So they last 3 to 5 years, let's say. And the problem with the length of the project is that if you crunch, let's say, 3 to 6 months every year, for those 3 to 5 years, it means that you crunched a whole lot. Even if you crunched 6 months towards the end of the project, that is still a whole lot, because you actually been working your ass off for about 4 years and a half, and now you have to still spend another 6 months to close the project and do overtime. When people are unhappy because of overtime, because they've been worked too much, most people end up dropping off the project and going somewhere else, because now obviously the project is ended and now they feel like I've finished my task here, I can move somewhere else because I don't want to go through it again, because it was a lot of work, it's a lot of stress. The industry gladly is changing, and I feel like people are starting to understand that continuous crunch for a very long period of time, especially in games, is not a good thing, and actually pacing people up and pacing the project correctly is a much better way of actually making things happen, because you can get much more from people and you can get them to stay for longer. Maybe not just one project, maybe actually they'll stay for several projects, maybe their whole career. So that's the good thing about the industry. It's changing, they're acknowledging this, and I think we are headed toward the right direction. Ambition, obviously, I think we should all have it, some more than others, but most people, you don't really start on the company that is your dream company. You normally start much lower, and this is a good thing, because it means that you're actually getting ready all the way through. By the time you actually get to that dream job, you're ready. So this is where ambition actually comes through, right? You actually start low, you start in a company that will take you, so you can actually make mistakes, you can learn from others, absorb as much information as you want. Once you get it, you go up a rank, you change somewhere else, go to another company, once again, good thing, and then you try over again. And you just keep on doing that until you get to a place that you like. Now, there's people that are more than happy to, whenever they find a place they like and they enjoy, they will stay there for the rest of their careers. That's good too, no problem. There's other people that will not settle for that, and instead, they'll continuously go up until they find some kind of ceiling. Is it the knowledge, because they feel like they have found a place that actually they can expand their knowledge and they can actually really learn from others, Or is a place that you feel like you find your lane and you found like your way to be creative and then you stay there. Thankfully for me, in my current job, I found both. And that's basically what I've been trying to find all my career. And ambition has been the number one thing that has been like driving me to change from company to company, to actually learn more and learn from others and finding a lane that I can run in, right? That's basically what ambition gives you as an artist, as an animator. And if you are one of those people, much power to you. I get you, and I hope you actually get really, really far. So salary is a huge, broad topic, and I think it has affected every single artist that I have met throughout my career. It has affected me, and it's something that I'm very passionate about, because I feel like money and art sometimes go together, but sometimes they clash a lot. I think most artists, including myself, find it really difficult to talk about money. We find it really difficult to actually say, like, convey the idea that your passion and money go together instead of separate, because sometimes you go, as long as I have passion, I don't care about money. But they kind of have to go together. In the beginning, I was very much of that thought, that as long as I'm working somewhere that I enjoy, doing the job that I like, I'll be happy. But things change as soon as you have a family, because you have to provide for them, you have to have enough money, not only for you, but your family, and you have to live comfortably. The problem for me, at least, that came with salary and money is when the work that you're doing, that you're enjoying a lot, doesn't really meet the salary expectations that you have. So you're being underpaid and you're doing a lot of work because you're passionate. If you're anything like me, you would do the work above and beyond what they ask you to do, right? So if you want to animate, you animate, but then you also give ideas. Have you guys thought about this? What if you do this other thing? And you start to actually kind of influence people around you and how the company runs, and that's good. But when you put so much effort into a company and they pay you very, very little, and you know you're getting underpaid, it starts to affect your psyche, because you start feeling like, why am I doing all this work for this little amount of money when I could work somewhere else and earn much more? So you're actually caught between a rock and a hard place, because you love what you're doing, you love the people, but you're not getting paid enough. So finding that nice balance of working in a place that you enjoy, but also you're getting paid enough so you don't have to think about money, is incredibly important. Unfortunately, not all companies are equal, so you have to watch out for that. It needs to be an individual thing, and you need to know how to negotiate a salary so you get the most for yourselves. So if you like advice, tips and tricks or whatever, leave a comment down below, and then I'm more than happy to answer comments. And if you are right now in that position that you don't know what to do because it's money, and you don't want to talk about it, you prefer to leave it on the side, don't do that. Make sure that you tackle it head on, because it's the best way for you to get the most bang for the buck, and for you to get paid properly, so you don't have to think about it and you can create fully without ever thinking about money. I have moved a whole bunch. I think I've been in 1, 2, 3. This is my 7th or 8th company that I've been in. So it's a whole lot of moving. And it's been in a very short period of time as well. So I'm definitely one of these people that actually keeps moving jobs. And as I mentioned before, my number one reason is normally ambition. But I have suffered all of this that I've mentioned before. I have changed jobs because I was being worked too much, loads of crunch time for no reason. It was very unfair as well on everyone. I have changed jobs 2 or 3 times already just because of salary. It has been sometimes because it's been unfair, even though they should be paying me more. They know about it, but they don't. Sometimes it's been because the company cannot pay any more, but they're not paying enough. So even though you're happy with the company, you have to leave. But thankfully, the last few years, things have been perfect, and I have had no complaints whatsoever with my salaries, and that's good, because it gives me such peace of mind to know that I don't have to second guess every single time that, can I have money to pay the rent? Do I have money to actually buy food? It's so tiring to always think about that, and at the same time thinking, but I'm doing what I'm passionate about, and I'm in the company that I wanted to get to, so I cannot say no, or I cannot find another job. And there's something to be said about the loyalty factor on all this, because when you are in the company that you are feeling good, you feel respected, you feel like your voice is heard, but you're not paid enough, there's a sense of loyalty to the company, that you just cannot leave the company because they've been so cool with you. So you need to actually be there for them no matter what. And that's a big mistake because, that sense of love and passion that you had eventually gets eroded with time. And the more it gets eroded, the more it's difficult for you to pick it back up. Sometimes it's generally better to just like leave, go somewhere else, negotiate a new contract, and then start fresh again. Because the last thing you want is for that passion and for animation, for art that you have to get eroded and never to come back. If you spend 10 years, 15 years in a company for no reason, right? So think about that. I hope that helps you, because I wish someone had told me that way back in the day. And it took me a long time to get to this point that I know better, and that I can speak about money or can negotiate my contract without feeling fear or repercussion or thinking about, but if I talk too much about money, they're gonna think that I just don't love the job enough. That stuff is secondary. Companies don't think that way. So you should definitely tackle it head on and make sure that you get the best for you. It's a two-way thing. It's like you want to get into the company, but the company should also accommodate you to get into the company. So it's a two-way thing. You need to be happy with the company needs to be happy with you. So think about it that way. And that's all I had for this week. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know about your experiences, if you had any bad experiences about money, salaries, passion, all this good stuff. And I guess I'll see you guys next week. Until then, stay well, stay safe. Peace.